Okay, so our warm up for today is to state the association of the scatter plot in terms of its variables. Remember, whenever we are asked to do this, you are writing a sentence using the labels of your x and y axis. So here we have temperature and sales. Temperature is our x-axis, sales is our y-axis. And when we look at this graph from left to right, I can see that as temperature increases, sales increases. That is the perfect sentence to write. Don't need to say more than that. As the temperature increases, the sales also increase. Checking your homework. So we're going to do a quick review over what association means, and then we're going to move on and use some line of best fit to make predictions for scatter plots. So describe the association as positive, negative, or none. So we're talking about age and height. Well, as your age increases to a certain extent, your height will also increase. So it is a positive association. Yes, I understand that after a while, when we get to adults, this is not the case. But in general, basically up through high school, we'll say as your age increases, so does your height. Age and eye color. There is absolutely nothing to do with age and eye color. They're not related in any way. So we're going to say none, or there's no association because they have no relationship. Age and the time needed to run a certain distance. Okay, well, as your age increases, the time needed to run a certain distance decreases. So, like as you get stronger and as you get stronger and your muscles develop, when you get older, your speed will increase. So the time's going to go down. So it's going to be a negative association. So, what is the line of best fit and a trend line? Well, we kind of mentioned this yesterday when we watched that video on scatter plots, but a line of best fit or a trend line is a line that goes through the flow of the data. It has the same number of points above and below the line, so we want it pretty much in the middle. And drawing a trend line. So to draw this, we're going to place a narrow circle around the cluster of the data, and then you're going to draw a line straight through the middle of the circle. That's probably the easiest way to draw this. So making predictions, we have this graph. It's the actual high temperatures and the forecasted high temperatures. And we're going to ask ourselves, is it association linear? And then we're going to make predictions using a line of best fit. So is the association linear? Yes, remember we're not talking about perfect straight lines, but for the most part, the data is moving up in what would look like a line. I'll give you a hint. We can't draw a line of best fit if the association is not linear. So for our purposes here, we're going to say it is linear. Is the association positive, negative, or no association? Well, as the actual high temperatures have increased, the forecasted high temperatures also increase, so it is positive. The actual high temperature is the dependent variable, true or false? Well, the actual high temperature is over here on the x-axis. The x-axis is the independent variable, so it is false. Here's our statement. We're going to say if it's true or false. As the actual high temperature decreases, the forecasted high temperature decreases. Okay, well, actual high temperature is here on the x. As we decrease on the x, what happens to the y? Well, it also decreases. That is true. And it says sketch a trend line that's a line of best fit on the scatter plot. And what would be the approximate forecasted high temperature if the actual high temperature was 20 degrees Fahrenheit? So to sketch that line, I'm going to draw a circle around my points. And I'm going to draw a line straight through the middle of the graph. So here is my line of best fit or my trend line. And we're here. And we are trying to figure out what the forecasted high temperature would be if the average was 20 degrees. So I'm going to look, the actual high temperature is the x value. So I'm going to find x, 20 on the x, because that's what I said, and pull up to where it meets the line of best fit. So 20 on the x, it's a little bit above 30 on the y. So I'd say maybe 32 degrees. So that's how we're going to make our predictions with the line of best fit. We're going to draw the line and then we're going to find the x or y value that's given to us and then find the corresponding value. So here we have the line of best fit actually drawn for us. And it says about what would you expect a student's math grade to be if they had a total of 11 absences? Okay, well, my 11 absences here is our x value. but our graph only goes to 10. So we'd have to extend this line out and continue the path. So if I extended it out, at 10, we're already at 50. So it can't be any number above 50. So 55 and 60 aren't. If I extend this line down, I'm probably not going to go all the way to 38. So my best guess here would be 45. True or false, according to the scatter plot, a person's math grade depends on their absences. Well, the number of absences was our independent variable. Math grades is the dependent variable, so that is true. The math grade depends on their absences. And describe the point that is circled in words. Okay, so our ordered pair here, we have 565. So if we have 5 absences, the student's math grade would be about a 65 based on the trend line and everything else shown in the graph. So, how can I create a line of best fit using the calculator? Now, we already learned how to do this for slope. We're just going to expand it beyond that. First thing you need to do is get all of your ordered pairs from either the table or the graph. And then you're going to go through the steps for linear regression. So you're going to do second plus 4, enter. You're going to enter your list using stat, enter, enter, x values in list 1, y values in list 2. Then you're going to calculate a linear regression, stat, arrow over to calc, 4 times to enter. And then you will get your equation y equals ax plus b. So your homework for tonight is 3, 5, 9 through 12, but I'm going to have you watch the homework video where I go through 1 through 8 questions on the homework. So we're going to do that all together right now. Your CFA is on block day.